Hello, so in this video I am talking about 5 books written based on World War II. And I must say that we can see many books written based on World War II like this. Some of them are based on true stories and some are fiction. So the 5 books I'm talking about are some of the award-winning books. So let's talk about them. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Stalingrad, a book written by Antony Beevor about the battles that took place in and around the city of Stalingrad during World War II. So this book was first published by Viking Press in 1998 and it even won the first Samuel Johnson Prize, the Wolfson History Prize, and the Hawthornden Prize for Literature in 1999. To briefly describe the contents of this 494-page book, the book begins with Operation Barbarossa, when Germany invaded the Soviet Union. The main focus of this book is on the Battle of Stalingrad, particularly the period from the initial German attack to Operation Uranus and the Soviet victory, as well as the subsequent fighting and war crimes committed by both sides. The book ends with the defeat and surrender of the German army that entered Soviet territory in February 1943, and the beginning of the Soviet army's attacks on Germany. So this is a really good book to read for anyone who wants to study World War II. I don't think you'll have a hard time finding a printed book, but if you can't, there are PDF files of this book online. Anyone who wants to can read it. So next we will talk about the book, The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. This is a book written by American journalist William L. Shirer and published by Simon & Schuster on October 17, 1960. Based on captured Nazi documents, the diaries of Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi propaganda minister in Germany, General Franz Halder, and Italian Foreign Minister Galeazzo Ciano, as well as evidence presented at the Nuremberg trials. This book was written using a wide range of sources. Through this work, the author describes the rise and fall of the Nazis in Germany from Adolf Hitler's birth in 1889 to the end of World War II in 1945. So, it became one of the best-selling books in the United States and Europe and even won the National Book Award for Nonfiction. Also, I must say that this is a fairly large book in terms of page count. There are about 1249 pages. If anyone is interested, please read it. A very good book where you can learn a lot about World War II. Okay, next we're going to talk about the book, Unbroken. A World War II story of survival, resilience and redemption. This is a 2010 nonfiction book written by Laura Hillenbrand and is a biography of Louis Zamperini, an Air Force officer during World War II. So who is this Louis Zamperini? Louis Zamperini was a lieutenant in the United States Air Force during World War II. He also became an Olympic distance runner. He was serving as a bombardier in B-24 Liberators at the time, and his plane crashed into the ocean due to mechanical failure during a search and rescue mission. He and 2 other members were trapped in a lifeboat in the middle of the ocean for 47 days and were later captured by the Japanese army. They became prisoners of war in Japan, and after suffering as a prisoner of war for several years, he was finally released. So, his life story, including those things, is revealed through this book. Like the previously mentioned books, this book also won numerous awards and remained on the New York Times bestseller list for over 4 years and staying at number 1 for 14 weeks. So, the 3 books I just talked about are all based on true stories. So, next I'm going to talk about 2 great fiction books that are actually based on World War II. The first of these is The Book Thief. Written by Australian author Marcus Suzanne, this book belongs to the historical fiction genre and was published in 2005 and achieved great popularity. Translated into 63 languages, this book has sold over 17 million copies so far. So the story revolves around a 9-year-old girl named Liesel Memminger. The fact that the themes of love, friendship, death, and literature are all intertwined in this book is truly special. A really nice story. If anyone is interested in reading, please find the book and read it. And one more thing, there is a movie made from this book. If you want, you can watch it too. Okay, finally, I'm talking about the beautiful war novel, All the Light We Cannot See. This one, like the previous one, is a fictional novel based on World War II. This book, written by American author Anthony Doerr, was published in 2014. The book was a huge success, spending over 200 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. It has now sold over 15 million copies. The story revolves around Marie-Laure Leblanc, a blind French girl who is cared for at her great-uncle's house in St. Malo during the Nazi occupation of Paris, and Werner Pfennig, a talented German boy who is enrolled in a military school because of his skills in radio technology. So there are many other great books based on World War II. For example, books like The Diary of a Young Girl, The War, a memoir, and The Nightingale can be considered. So this is where the video ends. Thank you very much to everyone who participated in the video. This is my first video, so there are a lot of mistakes. Sorry for all of them. Have a nice day.